Hey everybody, this is Deacon Kyle Teets. I'm sure many of us are familiar with the breakfast cereal Lucky Charms. And just to remember, it's made up of little alphabet cereal bits and marshmallows. I'm not really sure how it constitutes a breakfast cereal. It's just pretty much sugar anyway. Anyway, unless you're eating a cereal normally, there's kind of two strategies you can take with Lucky Charms. The one strategy is to pick out all of the marshmallows and eat them one by one until you're just left with the soggy mess of the cereal bits. You might even just throw that away. But another strategy is to painstakingly eat all of the cereal bits until you're left just with the good marshmallows, a beautiful flotilla of sugary goodness. Now, if God were to have a strategy for eating breakfast cereals, he would opt for the second option, removing all of the bad cereal bits and leaving only the beautiful marshmallows for the end. And something we hear in the gospel today, and this gospel refers back to the gospel we heard 2 weekends ago, the parable of the weeds and the wheat. And we hear about what happens at the end of the age when the angels come. We hear, "The harvest is at the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will collect out of his kingdom all who cause others to sin and all evildoers. They will throw them into the fiery furnace." So at the end of the age, God can choose between taking the good out or taking the bad out. And he chooses to take the bad out first. And then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. So God's strategy is often to first remove what is bad and to leave what is good, rather than just taking what is good, ripping it out. And this is something we can see in our own lives, perhaps in two ways. First, in ourselves, and second, with others. So in our own lives, perhaps we're tempted sometimes to just focus on the good parts and say, I'm a good person in this way, or I love myself, but only these parts of myself. And that can be kind of a temptation that leads us to just pick and choose the good parts and to miss the entire picture of ourselves as made in the image and likeness of God. However, if we focus on the whole, both the good and the bad, we can take that time to purify, remove the bad parts, to focus on them and take them out for burning, so that all that is left is the good in our lives. And that's the strategy we hear in the gospel as well. So not only in our own lives, but in our relationship with others. Perhaps we can focus in our relationship with our friends of just the good parts of our friends and say, I enjoy his friendship for this reason, or this part of him, or what he has, but not enjoying the friendship for the person as being a whole person, the good and the bad. However, in the friendships, if we can recognize both the good and the bad, we can help our friends to purify themselves, to grow, and to remove those bad parts first so that all that remains is good. We see in our analogy and in our gospel and in our own lives that God's strategy is always to purify, always to remove what is bad, rather than just selectively taking what is good. God is interested in all of us, in our whole person. So his strategy will be to focus on the bad first, to remove it, so that all that remains is that beautiful lump of marshmallows, the beautiful wheat in the field, the beautiful goodness in our souls. God bless.